Okay, hopefully you can hear me now. Um, so this is what I'm going to say. So right now, across the country, the No Kings protest is going on. Um, they expect to have millions of people out there, from little towns to big cities. I guess that's great. I saw the one of the organizers on the Bulwark podcast with Tim Miller, and he's just a nice white guy. But here's the thing with it: the far right is now congregated at CPAC, another collection of the worst human beings that get together usually quarterly, known to man since the original Nuremberg rally in Germany. And they're there plotting the end of the American democracy and crashing Grinder. Wish those guys would just give in. If they had given in or given to who they really are, we wouldn't have these problems that we have. This is basically so suppressed, man. But that being said, so they're doing the No Kings. This is the third one, and I'm not enthusiastic about it. Why am I not enthusiastic about it? I mean, people are going out there protesting because to be honest, those people at CPAC, like I said, are hardcore evil human beings. Remember, they're J6ers, the people who try to overthrow the government. ICE agents come from these type of people who have no humanity at all. You have Republicans whose only job is to cause cruelty but not help anybody at any time. You have people who are supporting the Iranian war, that thinking bombing children is cool. And the people who, talking about ICE, mass deportations, I don't mind people getting dragged out, murdered on the streets, like in Minnesota. They're fine with it. Let me make it clear. These people are hardcore evil. And it's kind of hard to, and the thing about it is they see the No Kings protesters, basically white, majority old folk from reliving their hippie days, and they don't fear them. They don't fear them. I don't think it'll make a difference. Republicans don't fear the No Kings protest. They laugh at it. They laugh at it. And I think for good reason, because the majority of those people is what I call latte liberals. All right, they show up when there's an event, and they can hang out, but when push comes to shove, they abandon everything they believe in. Case in point, November 2024. All right, they abandoned it all. They didn't vote for Kamala Harris. They didn't get off their ass to vote, and Donald Trump returned, which leads to my point. The people they fear, that these hardcore CPAC MAGA fucks fear, are people of color, primarily black voters and black women. I lived through the Rodney King riots. Okay, I remember the George Floyd protest. These ones scared them. Okay, they went to D.C. and forced Trump during his first term to go underground in his bunker, like nuclear war was coming. Okay, I remember in Atlanta during the protest, they spoke to one woman. She was so angry what happened, rightfully so, that she said they're lucky we don't want to take over. We just don't want it. We want to be part of everything. We don't want to destroy it all. She was right, and they stood up, and there were supposed to be changes, and Biden got elected, and well, COVID kind of didn't help everything, but all the feelings and all the so-called connections disappeared once we got close to the 24 election. And everyone, people of color, especially black women, worked for Kamala Harris, but y'all betrayed them. Y'all betrayed them. Even my own stupid Latino race betrayed them. by voting for Trump. How's that working out for you, motherfuckers? Latinos for Trump. How many of you motherfucking asses have been deported? Dumbasses. Or the businessman, I saw a report in New York Times, who was wondering, oh, well, we need, I don't know what happened. I voted for Trump, but I didn't expect them to take my workforce away. Yeah, they took your workforce away, dude. Because you would want to get rid of the bad ones. Fuck you, you race traitor. Okay? And so the majority of black voters or black activists are just stepping away. They stepped away, especially black women, because they got betrayed in November of 2024. And they don't trust these people. And also, these people just are not angry enough. The creators or the organizers are really basic, quiet white folk. And this doesn't scare the MAGA or the CPAC folk. They consider them weak. We have no one who's literally invigorates everyone, to gets them up in a feather. And I'm not talking about violent. I'm talking about where they feel like a force. This doesn't feel like a force. This feels like a fucking outing. Millions of people out. It's nice weather here in Georgia, so it's going to be nice in Atlanta for theirs. But they don't fear it. Because afterwards they know when push comes to shove, they'll go away. Or they'll find some excuse not to vote for Democrats. Or everything's still the same. Or they want to burn it all down. It's useless until you find something that riles them up or puts fear into the other side. And the other thing too, this should not be a NoKings protest. For someone who lived in the late 60s and early 70s, there should be a straight up fucking anti-war protest. I'm talking 1960s bullshit. Because that's the biggest problem right now. It's not that Trump's a NoKing or the legislation. No, it should be about the war. It should be all that. There should be a feeling of that. But apparently they're just going to march in Kumbaya. Now, should they march? Yes. You should make a point. And we've made this point with special elections that there are more of us than there is of them. But it's still, in my eyes, not enough to strike fear into the Republicans or MAGA or Trump. They laugh at us. They laugh at those protests. What they don't laugh at is special elections, like we saw in Florida. That made a difference. But again, there is no oomph behind it. It's led by people who are weak, seem weak, soft. And I'm not downing anyone who goes out. I'm not saying, I don't want to disparage you not to protest. But what happens next? Okay? My fat ass has a problem with getting up, and I know that. If I could protest, I would, but I do it here. But I don't hear voices harsh enough. And be honest, the black community have abandoned us. Abandoned it all. Because why should they get involved? Because when they get involved, the police get involved and become violent. Because you know why? They fear them. They fear them. As long as they're on the sidelines, they don't care. You see my point? I mean, have your NoKings protest. Show millions of people out there, yeah. But you know what they're going to do? The other side, they're going to laugh and see who's on their Grindr profile.